Hi Karolina, thanks again for your order. So your question this time around is about Damien, and let me just see the question I printed. What will be Damien's love life in June, and what situation opportunities will he be exposed to? So what I'm going to do two different readings, so that way we can see both general and love. So I'm wondering if I should start. Well, let me start with love, and then it can help me go further into this. All right, Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989. Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989. Also, I'm just actually noticing something else. Let me just double check. April 25th, 1984, that is you. So let me see. 11, 21, 29, 33. You're 33. You're a master number. Kind of builder of relationships. You really actually, I do highly advise you getting your karma reading, because 33, like you have 11, you have 22, you have 33, 44 and 55, and that's it. Some people don't even go further than 11 and 22, but I do. And 33 is 3 and 3 is 6, but it can be looked both ways. 6 and 33 are dedicated to relationships, and you really can manifest anything you want. You're still very young, but you are kind of growing in understanding of what you need to manifest. So just let you know. And Damien is a number 8, and number 8 is not very romantic. All they want is kind of to build stuff. So keep this in mind. This is really not exactly what your path is in this life. And I'm pretty sure that attraction here is coming from the angle that you see this possibility in you, and like your 33 is waking up. Look it up, Google numerology and 33. All right, Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989. Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989. I want to see June of 2017. Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989. I want to see his forecast for June 2017. Okay, we do have a few messengers here. One is, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. But keep in mind, this doesn't have to be necessarily a bad thing. Deception has a really wide explanation, this booklet that came with explanation of these oracle cards. Even smaller things, such as like not speaking the truth, in a sense, like, oh, you know, like this dress looks great on you, what I don't think, can be seen as deception. And it's saying that the character flow can take you down the road of not being able to communicate and build the bond properly, because, well, I'm not saying be rude, but I'm saying kind of like you have to kind of find a measure in between these two things. But also keep in mind, because you're asking for a reading, that your energies are also coming through as well. All right, Damien Mikhail Vychevsky. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Plus, he has Aquarius, is right now entering a good period during Gemini transit, so keep that in mind as well. Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989. Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989. Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989. June. Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989 for June 2017. Damien Mikhail Vychevsky, January 25th, 1989 for June 2017. Okay, and let's do this. Damian Mikhail Wichevsky, January 25th, 1989 for June 2017. Damian Mikhail Wichevsky, January 25, 1989 for June 2017. Damian Mikhail Wichevsky, January 25th, 1989 for June 2017. Damian Mikhail Wichevsky, it's hard to grab these cards, for January 25th, 1989 for June 2017. Any messages? Damian Mikhail Wichevsky. Damian Mikhail Wichevsky. Damian Mikhail Wichevsky. Damian Mikhail Wichevsky, January 25th, 1989. Okay, this is lots of messages now here. Let's see, what did we have over here? We have World reverse, so he's coming back to something. If two of you have been going out, even if it was on a friendly base, you it's going to come back to it, right? It's not going to move on. World in the upright situation is talking about moving to the next phase, but this is saying, okay, you're coming back to the certain issues. Five of Earth reversed is better, because in this situation is talking about poverty and feeling devastated, and this fake means like sort of like realizing a way out, sort of realizing who your friends are, right? And you know, this is kind of really important for, especially in the combination of the two. Then you have Strength, so this is really important for getting out of this kind of fog. Then you have King of Fire. Well, that kind of talks possibly about being unavailable, possibly about, you see, your heart is not in it, like, I mean, because it's like a rule by passion, and it's like neither of you is really a passionate sign. So I mean, I could look into your horoscopes, but like right now on the surface I don't see it. Then the next one, you have Empress, yet another basically major arcana. Empress talks about creativity, it talks about knowledge, it talks about nourishing. And both of you are nourishing signs because both of you are fixed signs. And then you have Six of Water, again coming back. So it is really important to go back to revisit good moments that you had, because this is talking about remembering great moments. And this is talking about, okay, so where do we charge from here? Altogether, it's telling me, because you're asking this question, that he'll be coming back with you, to you, but it's going to be different right now. Maybe he's still not going to charge ahead as a boyfriend, because King of Fire, King of Wands was reversed, but he is thinking about that for sure. Okay, Karolina Rubin, pardon me, Damian Michael Rajewski, January 25th, 1989. Damian Mikhail Wachewski, January 25th, 1989. We have Three of Fire reversed. So we had there Two of Fire upright. Here we have it reversed. So it's kind of like, in that situation it was saying, well, you know what, I want to think there is this impartial success, and here's like shying away from moving forward. So it looks like that he is in between these two worlds with you. The passion is coming to the surface. This is kind of like really important, because air signs, you see, like this is how it goes. It goes air, then you have fire, then you have earth, and then you have water. Because in between the two of you is fire, right? He is coming down closer to you, and you're coming up closer to him, because you meet on it. Like, and air and fire work really together, while earth and fire don't work very well together. But like, you have to meet at fire, the two of you. This is where two of you would meet in passion. So that's why I recommend it, kind of go after his own passions. Now you have 9 of air and then messenger of fire. This is again talking about anxiety and some kind of issues, not knowing how to go about it. This can also tell me about somebody's insecurities, and 2 of them are telling me that somebody is like really uncomfortable in charging ahead, because this would actually mean I'm going forward, I really want to light this fire, but this is saying, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should do it or should I not do it. This is kind of like that anxiety, fear of rejection, kind of like going through different scenarios in your head, etc., etc. Okay, Damian Mikhailchevsky, January 25th, 1989, June 2017. Okay, it finally calmed down. Damian Mikhailchevsky, January 25th, 1989. Damian Mikhailchevsky, January 25th, 1989. Okay, you have Ace of Earth. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And 4 of air. It's also really good. That means, you know, he probably will come out from, I guess, shyness or whatever. And separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. So we will see really what this means together. Under that is a soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate and attraction. So I really want to see how this relates to Ace of Earth, because Ace of Earth talks about new beginning and talks about being grounded, talks about really on your level, on earth level, moving forward step by step by step by step, right? And this is him coming down to this earth level. So let's see how this goes when I put all the cards down. Heart-to-heart conversations, forgiving and learning. Then you have finances and career, again, worth waiting for. You have true love, and that is his crowning position. Then you have trust. Then you have honeymoon. You have getting to know each other, children, and pay attention to the red flags. So we'll figure out what the separation means here. So, interesting, this 4 of water came here. Yeah, you know, there is water, there is fire, there is air, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas, meaning it's going to be a really important month for him. But I do have to tell you, he is all over the place, absolutely all over the place. So you see, it says that in the past, and what he's bringing to present, it was worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And then he has Magician, which is the manifestation. It is like, okay, you know what? I do have what it takes. I can move forward, etc., right? And then, you know, it shied away. Like I'm a messenger of water means like pulling back, kind of like maybe offer has been made, maybe kind of like he felt it is out there in the air, but kind of like either was rejected or kind of like shied away from it, right? So, and then the Chariot. Maybe he did make some steps going in some kind of direction. Chariot kind of like talks about understanding the differences. Chariot talks about, you see, like you have 2 horses that are not basically constrained. So it could be a victory, right? So everything that you kind of work for, you see manifestation of the things that you work for, but at the same time, it's realization of that you can manifest, but it's kind of like shyness in romantic matters, because this is kind of like romantic thing. And so you will know better, did he move forward or he didn't. 2 major arcanas, like very important. He's waiting for something, but at the same time he's rejecting opportunities that maybe he doesn't feel are suited to him, maybe he doesn't feel are the best for him. maybe he feels that he's shying away from those opportunities. Because like this would actually mean romantic attraction, admiration, emotional awareness, but this means it could be some issues that love is not flowing naturally in his life. Okay, another thing that basically also is in the root of his June is finances and career, and financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And then you have the Moon card, and Moon talks about secrets. Moon talks about, you know, how do you move forward through illusion, right? Because at dark, like you never think that things are really what they are. So it's talking about trusting, and certain things are coming to the surface when Moon is in reverse position, where High Priestess, that's also talking about secrets and secretive things. These two cards are actually really connected to the inner world. And since you told me that he kind of like is a philosophy major teacher, that kind of like really denotes him. And I'll tell you, he does feel inadequate. Absolutely. And that's because of his financial status. And look, Six of Fire, he feels like a loser, because this is literally what would denote victory and success. But this way, it's just like everything but. And this is like based on his financial situation. So where is his starting point, and how this should be handled with him? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. You see, Four of Water upright is like choices. Talks about choices. Talks about somebody not knowing what they want. He could be feeling that maybe you are just toying with him, and that you're just like one of those choices that you have. He can also feel that he's taken for granted, right? When this is in the situation, it kind of, choices are no longer presented. And again, Messenger of Air, this can still talk about some kind of spying. This is definitely talking about sign of Aquarius. He may be a little bit abrupt or maybe forceful with his ideas and defensive. And it's talking about somebody who may have unfiltered approach. And again, Hierophant, very interesting. And Hierophant, this is talking about philosophy. It talks about something organized, being followed, something being structured. But Hierophant also represents you. I believe you were Taurus, right? Yeah. This also represents you. So I would say here, the conversation that would take place with him should be very direct. He's not going to mind, because Aquarians don't mind very direct conversation, and it will be about emotions. And Hierophant talks about structured beliefs. It's like following the groups, right? It's just kind of also spiritual practice, and I believe you had that before, but you said you both of you have the same religion, right? So this is kind of like union of a higher power. It's maybe not religion in your case. It's about philosophy of life, not so much philosophy as a subject, right? It's talking about being co-creators, going together, having quote-unquote contract. If you kiss each other, then you will have a contract. This is talking about the rituals, and talking about possibly really starting to date. And again, here is telling me, look, forgiving and learning, as you release and heal your past, you experience more love in your present moments. And Nine of Fire, again, this is some kind of giving up on something. And Three of Earth, it's telling me like there is no team building over here, or somebody's thinking there is another person involved, and this is again a feeling of inadequacy and not being good enough. Oh my gosh, so many cards are in reverse. Five of Water, it talks about sadness. I'm wondering if he's going through something in his life, because this is his chart. Did he get hurt by something? Because this is definitely showing me that he's really depressed, and he's healing from something. And be very careful. Aquarians can look and have the cheeriest face when they're hurting. You see, He's yearning for that true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And then it's like the Seven of Fire, which talks about, again, like his illusions, his visions. You see, like when you choose philosophy, you really choose a higher spiritual level of being. And he's also 11th sign, so just keep this in mind. You're 33, he's 11th sign. You have this spiritual connection, and now the Hierophant came out, which tells me that you are supposed to be the lead in this. And then 10 of Earth, you see, he's defensive to get here, and that really should be where you two should be getting. 10 of Earth is like that commitment to let's build something and let's create something and let's kind of like visualize this financial kind of freedom. And this way it's kind of like something is disturbing probably him because he's defensive. And again, Page of Water and the Messenger of Water. Here you have a Page of Water, and it's again that in romantic basically matters, like, I mean, he's like not open to it, like these are three suits. This is fire, this is earth, and this is water. He's not capable of going forward at this point. But having said that, you see, it's kind of really weird because just like as I told you, the first glance was like going forward and backward all the time, right? He wants to trust, but he doesn't want to trust. It looks like he's hurt on some level. He wants to wait for it, you know, then he gets afraid, I'm not good enough. But here, and then he gets and musters up his courage and goes, trust. And he says, like, the situation is calling you to have faith. And then you have King of Water, which is like that romantic kind of soul that comes out. And Four of Earth, kind of understanding that he has to open up. I would say he's probably very shy. Six of Air, again, means coming back to certain conditions and circumstances. And then how he feels. Again, there are two opposite cards. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And yet he feels lonely. He doesn't know how to get there. And you see, he wants to get there. Like, you got the card of love in how he feels. And there is a true love. There is honeymoon. It's all there, but he cannot. Eight of Earth, this is the building. He does want it, and he feels lonely. He does not know how to get there. He has barriers everywhere. And each time he's coming back. See, getting to know each other, this is the solution. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And then you have Call reversed, meaning, you know, be very careful what you're doing right now, because everything that you lay down is going to be building your future. And it's going to be karmic. Like, you have a Judgment card and Fortune Wheel reversed, meaning it's make it or break it time. And Eight of Air, you see, again, this tells me, like, look, he's kind of like trapped, feels trapped in his own, I would say, personality, or there is something else that is holding him back. You see, this is the angel that is losing the feathers, right? It is like huge, I would say, concern that he has, and it could be connected to just like his life foundations. So, and again, I have another discrepancy here. This is a hopes and fears. Children, your love life is being affected by children. This is talking about somebody wanting children, somebody having children, or somebody's inner child that needs healing. And I think really he needs healing. And Queen of Air, it would be him again. It's reversed, and it's meaning like he has to get through all this stuff that is bothering him. This has to be cut off. It talks about surfacing, right? Look at the air that he's having. He has lots of air and water. And there's another water. It's like very similar to this 10. Where the heck did you had this 10, right? No, you had a 10 over there. Okay, come on. Am I losing it? I guess. 8, 3. Oh, here it is. It was with the true love, right? It was reversed. And I was saying, well, this is the card where you should strive. And now we have the same thing. You have a 10 of water reversed, which is like emotional fulfillment, right? and it's getting there, and like it's getting there, like he wants everything, but like he doesn't have clarity about who he is. You see, fool, he kind of like doesn't know. He's like really afraid of the cost of everything that he's going in, not so much financial cost, but his emotional cost. If he's capable, he absolutely feels inadequate, right? And again, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And then we have the sun, and the sun is reversed, meaning, you know, you have the moon here, and then you have the sun, and both of them reversed, meaning he kind of like wants to feel this way. He wants to run out and tell everybody about that. He wants to move forward. And again, 10 of fire. Well, this is actually good when it's reversed. It talks about pay attention to the red flags. He kind of like is renegotiating with himself how to go forward. Page of Earth is like moving super slow, and 10 of fire is really dropping all his burdens, so he's working on it. And now I know that I am way past 20 minutes, so what I want to do really quickly, I'm not going to read each card for you, but I really want to see the major circumstances as well this month. So that separation card that we had, it probably means that he has to separate himself from his preconceived notions and everything. Okay, Karolina, I'm doing this only because you have been ordering from me and really want to see a little bit more about him. Like, this is like a very complex individual. Okay, Damian Mikhailovchevsky, January 25th, 1989. Damian Mikhailovchevsky, January 25th, 1989. Damian Mikhailovchevsky gave me this June 2017. Oops. You have failure, Knight of Swords, and the Fool. These ones I usually look upright. So here again, he has this like feeling entrapment. So there is a 10 card, which also came reversed over here. You see, it's a sorrow, and there is like another one as well over here. And you have a Hierophant again coming out. Okay, this is him, Knight of Swords. It's like kind of like he's trying to overcome his fears. He's definitely feeling like a failure. You had the Fool over there as well, kind of like feeling foolish about going forward. Really clearly, it's a repetition of it. Now, remember you had the Queen of Swords over there. Now you have Prince of Swords, which will be King of Swords, very similar. And you see, this is talking about, really, it says worry. And you had like 5 of Pentacles over there as well. That's the financial worry, right? It's like, where do I go from here? You know, like I need to kind of breathe some life into that. And there is like this feeling, you know, of inadequacy or rejection. It's right here. And that could be one trajectory for this month. A second trajectory, or both, could be, look, again, he feels this, you know, it's again Swords, and this is again Swords. Princess of Swords is like that same card that you had over there where I said he has to cut through. This is Aquarius, and it's kind of like not feeling comfortable going forward. He kind of like has to have this conversation. Remember what you had. And again, the Hierophant, it is about addressing those issues and why he feels so boxed in. The psychology of the matter is this. You have Ace of Cups, the Matriarch, and Wealth. So it is there. He is very interested in pursuing this with you because Ace of Cups talks about it. This is Queen of Discs, this is you. And this is the 10 of Pentacles, which you had there reversed. So this is like waiting in the bushes for this to be materialized. And in order to do that, this is karma, right? So he has to learn to overcome his financial difficulties or financial inadequacy. You see, there's this strife, establishing the boundaries and how to move forward. This is the passion, right? And Princess of Cups talks about, again, this romantic kind of approach, like proposal. So it is like all here. And this can also talk about him learning how to be single, him learning how to be solid, to be happy, to kind of give his best and to establish the proper boundaries. Maybe he felt that he was like kind of taken advantage from it, because he's still showing that he is going through some kind of pain. But it shows like karmic is going to be some kind of love offer, which could be you as well. So hopefully this kind of helps. Let me know what you think. Okay, thanks, Karolina. Let me know for your next reading. I'm going to actually leave in your reading, in your email, the coupon link, so you can go there directly. Thank you very much. Love you.